how's my hair?
What's up, everyone? Out of nowhere, I just thought to make a song reaction and review just because I really find this song really good, and it just kind of released I think a week ago or less than a week ago, and I've been listening to it actually nonstop. I know it's pretty random, but we're just gonna try to go through the song. And I found out something about the song that was kind of unusual. The very first time I heard the song, there's something that felt off with the song, but not really. Okay, so the song that we're actually going to review today is Gorillaz' New Gold featuring, yes, Tame Impala and Bootie Brown. Probably, I think this is like the second collaboration Gorillaz did with Bootie Brown. The first song was Dirty Harry, which was in Demon Days album. I saw a post regarding Gorillaz doing a collaboration with Tame Impala about, like, I'm not sure if it was like 2019 or 2020, but it was some time ago, and it's been like quite a year or two for Gorillaz. They've been really busy with Song Machine, and yeah, they went for it, and finally they made a collaboration with Tame Impala. Disclaimer: I actually don't listen to a lot of I don't listen to Tame Impala at all. I did try to listen to them, but it's not really a style of music that I listen to a lot. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about that later and try to review this song. But in the magical, there's a pretty one in the city. Oh, alright, that's it. So wow, okay, so it is such a bop. This is just pretty much a good combination of Gorillaz and Tame Impala. One thing I did, because I really just wanted to analyze this quite a bit more, and it was kind of difficult to just analyze it by listening to it and not have any sort of references. I actually recreated the song. Well, not really the whole song, but just like the intro part, because you know it's not really my forte to do music production, but I did my best to recreate the sounds, and yeah, this is what I came up with. So New Gold is pretty interesting because I did find out that this song is in a 6/4 time signature. Now I might be wrong. There are a lot of different perspectives that you could look into it. I haven't really watched any interview or any explanation from Gorillaz, Tame Impala themselves explaining how they created the music. When I was listening to this, I was kind of like caught off guard because, you know, usually songs nowadays are almost always in 4/4 time signature. And this one, while I was listening to it, especially the really cool electric guitar and bass riff, it was in a really different time signature than 4/4. It was actually in 6/4. They treated this with such an odd meter, but when you listen to it, it just sounds like a really cool boppy song. So I recreated it. I tried my best to keep the same tempo. I believe that it's around 108, 110, or probably 105. Actually 106. And of course I created it in 6/4. The reason behind this is because the huge part of this song revolves around the refrain or the chorus, which is Tame Impala's part. So if we take a listen to it, don't mind the names of the tracks. Move to the side. So I treated it as 6/4, and also I listened to the loop of the drums, and they do loop in a 6/4 phrasing. However, if you do listen to the rapping parts of Bootie Brown, he's actually rapping in 4/4. It's not really disorienting because 6/4 and 4/4 aren't really that far off from each other. Like, it only takes 2 loops of the 6/4 to come back to the same first and downbeat of 4/4. What happens is it's kind of like the rapping part it has a weird number of lines because it has to adjust with the 6/4 time signature. Also in the beginning, by the way, I almost thought that the beginning was in 9/8 because it sounded 9/8. It's like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3 4 5 6, which I really thought that it was in 9/8 because we are in 6/4 and you can divide that into 3, and instead of having a duple division in your 6/4, you could convert that into something like a 9/8, which kind of sounded like the beginning. Or you could consider it like a compound meter, and what compound meter basically is kind of like subdividing your time signature into a different meter. For example, you have a 4/4 and you're subdividing it into 3, which kind of sounds like a 12/8 or whatever. But apparently, as much as I did try to put it in the 6/4 triple subdivision, it did not work. The ostinato in the beginning sounds a lot faster than the 8th triplets of the 6/4. So I was trying to figure out, maybe they created this in a different track with a different time signature. But apparently it's just in 16th notes, and so it's kind of, actually this is where it gets confusing. But it's just an ostinato. It's not really completely important how it repeats, but that's how it is. It's basically 16th notes in a 6/4 time signature. Dun, dun, dun. So if you listen to the original, if you try to play this with the 6/4 time signature, it's gonna sound like this. When we start to go to the electric guitar, so it begins with just the electric guitar, right? And then out of nowhere the bass comes in. So it creates this loop that's really just, for me, it's a hook. When we listen to that in my recreation, it sounds like this. The bass. You know what? I really want to learn bass because it's just awesome. So, what's so fascinating about this again? Of course, the electric guitar is basically just doing one thing. Has a bit of a syncopation to it, so it goes like it's like dotted notes. Pretty simple. And then we have the bass, which I really love how it sounds like. Oh my gosh. In the intro, it has like 2 measures where it's not the complete set of the notes. There's like a pickup. Bum bum bum. Oh gosh, I love that bass line. Woo! The production of Gorillaz plus the production style of Tame Impala. Actually, their styles aren't really that far apart. They both have this really retro vintage sound, as well as grimy but crispy and clean sound. So again, here, if you listen to the bass, it's like there's this super awesome syncopation that happens that kind of leaves you to want to hear more. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and ba-da-dum, bum-ba-dum, bum-bum-bum. Awesome. Now let's talk about the drums. I love how they treated the drums. I don't know how you produce that sort of sound. I don't know if it's electronic or not, but it just sounds so crispy and clean. I tried to recreate it as much as I could so I could demonstrate how it sounds like. here I'm using hi-hats, but actually in the original song I feel like they're actually using an egg shaker. There's like a lot of layers that's happening in the background, but these are the main instruments that I could hear. Tame Impala just has this very sort of spacey sound most of the time. In comparison to Gorillaz is a lot more like a radio sound. Other notes that I could say about this song is that this is in 6/4, but they're treating a lot of the verses and other parts in 4/4. So the verse, if you listen to it, again, it's gonna be in 4/4. Since they have like 6/4 or 4/4 at the same time, it's kind of very difficult to analyze. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Okay, it's actually in 6/4. Even the bridge is actually in 4/4 if you listen to it. You could actually consider this song as a polymeter. Polymeter means that you have 2 time signatures or 2 meters happening at the same time. But it's more of a 6/4, and there are just parts which treats the song in 4/4, but it's actually adjusting with the 4/4. Well, I think in most cases of polymeter songs, they do have to adjust to one main time signature, and in this case it's the 6/4. Just surprisingly, out of nowhere, here comes Gorillaz with Tame Impala creating a new song with a polymeter. So I'm just like pretty shocked. Anyways, so guys, that is New Gold by Gorillaz featuring Tame Impala and Bootie Brown. Pretty cool song, such a bop. Overall, in general, I think it's a really complex, really well-made song that describes so much of what Gorillaz and Tame Impala's styles are. Like, if they made a baby, it would literally sound like this. What did you guys think of Gorillaz' new song? Please leave a comment down below. Maybe you could make a comment on my recreation here. I'm kind of proud of how it ended up with, because it almost sounds pretty similar to the original song. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and like the video.